today we got a little switch up from my usual on-the-air interviews. Today we here with the one and only Doe Wiz, and he's joining us on the PreGame Show. What's up, brother?
What's going on with you, man? Thank you for having me today. You know, it's a pleasure to be here.
I'm much, man. It's great to have you here. My people been telling me a lot of stories about you, good things, man. You've been working out here. I hear about a lot of stories about like how you come up on like starting in your fashion and like urban designing, and we want to get to know more about that.
No problem.
So, the Wiz. Why they call you the Wiz first off?
You know what? They call me Wiz because I was a Wiz kid. I graduated from high school young at 17.
Oh, 17? Okay.
Yeah, actually, I got bumped up a grade at 16.
So you was like one of those extra smart kids?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
So from then, people used to just call me the Wiz kid.
So yeah, you jumped like, how old were you when you like skipped the grade?
Initially I was 16, and then what happened was I got scared. I was like, I wanted to be with my people. Mm-hmm. So I said, nah, put me back in they put me in the 12th grade at 16, and I was like, nah, man, put me back in 11.
Oh, nah, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people be like, I get to hang with all the seniors and all that. You just said, nah, maybe go back to the junior.
Yeah, and even then I was still young. But ever since then, you know, that's just been my thing, you know.
I like it.
Yeah, man. But you know, coming from a rough neighborhood.
Where you come from?
Well, okay, I was originally born in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Kingston, Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
And then from Kingston, Jamaica, came to live in Jamaica, Queens. So they used to make fun of me. They used to say, "Where you come from?" I say, "Jamaica." They say, "Jamaica."
It's like, yo, they be like, which one? Are you a walk one or are you like back on the app?
Yeah.
Man.
So from there, you know, that's how I came up with this. It was more like a street name that identified who I was as a character.
As a character, like you see your own superpower.
Yeah.
I like that. So the Wiz is like your superpower.
Yeah.
All right. So how you dabbled into like going to fashion? Like how did that start?
Well, you know, it started from because me and my brother we started this rap group, and you know we wanted to come up with rap names, so I still kept Wiz. And then long story short, you know, he went his way, I went my way. And then the name Doe came about because I was a kid that was about my bread.
Oh, okay.
You know
so
what I mean?
you was making bread at that time.
Yeah. So the Doe came about, and then went ahead and put the Doe and the Wiz together. And so boom, put that together. And I said, yo, I need like something to identify, something I want people to remember me for. So I got invited to the show. So I was like, all right. I had one of my goons. He created the character and said, yo, this is what I wanted. And he penned it, sketched it, and I was like, yeah, vectorized it. And I just went on Jamaica Avenue and just got a shirt made.
What year was this? Like when you start? Like what year was it? Like you told your man, it's like, yo, bro, I need you to print out this image. What year was that?
Man, about like 7 years ago.
Oh, so you've been in this game for a minute now.
For a minute.
Oh, okay,
so
you're a vet in the game now.
You know what? I could say that. Still making my footprints. You know, still surprising and still blowing people. And you know, the fashion industry is interesting. It's like, you know, 1 minute you out, 1 minute you next. However, though, due to the evolution and me sticking with the vision of how I see the brand, we were able to supersede, and we're still making great numbers of sales and reaching out to people because you know, people like the character, they like the signature, they like the slogan, and it's the smart way to get money.
Okay.
You know, Doe Wiz, that's what it means. So it's like.
So is your character on your shirt right now?
Actually, the character's on the back of the hoodie.
You don't mind like standing up and showing the cameras real quick?
Not a problem.
All right.
You see it.
So see right here, the Wiz. You see this? You see this, people? All right. Front camera.
Can you see it?
To the left, to the right.
To my right.
This
way we gonna see me like this?
Yeah, we're gonna go this way.
This way?
You see that?
All right. Okay.
All right. Come back.
All right.
Let's go back to the scene. All right. Yo, cut.
Look, woke up in the morning. First thing on my mind is I gotta get paper. Can't wait till I'm touring. I tell a bitch fine, I can't see you later. I'm not a fan. LeBron in the lean, so I am a Laker.
Alright, good evening everybody. Once again, you join on the PreGame PreGame Show, and I got my special guest host joining me today, Tamara. Hey, how you doing, Tamara? You looking lovely today.
Thank you.
Hey, we got a little experiment we're doing where we interviewing the one and only Doe Wiz, and we joining him on his story and how he came up in the industry. So once again, what's going on?
Bless, man.
It's great to be blessed, man.
Yes.
So last time we was last segment we was going through introduction. Now we're talking about from the kid who just like, yo, I just came up with the name Doe Wiz, and then that became your superpower.
Yeah.
So you took that as your identity. From the identity, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go into it. So how did the rap group, from splitting up from the rap group to going into fashion, how did that change you, or how did that like just motivate you?
You know what? It opened up my eyes on how business works. You know, running this company, it taught me about, you know, how when you have a product, you know, I had to kind of look at my item, my brand as a product, versus a musician is all about you. I had to kind of separate myself and say, okay, this is the item, and this is what someone wants. So like, it taught me a lot about business, you know, supply and demand. Taught me about, you know, how to connect with people, understanding the habits of how people shop. You know, had me doing researches on trends, so I could stay on top of the trend, or even creating a trend. You know, so you know, a lot have taught me on this journey that music, you know, it didn't, because what happened with music, you know, you're in the studio and you're recording, so you're not really paying much attention to how behind the scenes what works. You know, with fashion, it allows me to take time to pay attention to, you know, what's working and what's not. And once I learned what worked for my brand, you know, it taught me how to conduct business better. You know, like I'll give you an example, like this hoodie I'm wearing.
Yeah.
This color is in the season. I knew that already, but then I wore it, and then someone on the train, as I'm on my way here, that's a nice hoodie. That's a perfect opportunity for me to say, hey, well, this is my clothing line. Oh, that's your clothing line? I get a lot of business that way.
So you branding it, so with you being your own ambassador to your own brand, you always constantly branding yourself through your hoodies, your shirts, and always like letting people know that this is the Wiz. This is where you want to make a statement.
Yes.
Tamara, you being a fashion designer, right? Can you agree on like some of the statements he made, like on the trend, following the trends, and like just knowing what works and what not works? Like, yeah.
So most of the stuff you said was correct. Everything like the depth details on how you brand yourself and how everything you look, your hoodie, everybody deserves. But there's more depth. Because when I went to school, I went to fashion design. I learned real like couture, and I wanted to do all that draping. So we had to go hands-on track. So it was more depth into like, how did that hoodie look? How is it going to be constructed? How is it going to be like different? How are you going to put it together? How are you going to make yourself look? How is it going to look to a person? What is the point of view of what they're going to see about it? So I had to really like break it down and see it. So it's almost same like that.
It's absolutely, it's definitely a science to how people shop and what someone decides to purchase. You know, and it's very important to know that, especially as a business owner, because your goal is to acquire success so you can do more, and and in order to make sure your business expands. So you kind of want to look into those areas and to see what's what, like, you know. So every season, I pay attention to the colors. Every season.
Every season, like,
you know, like I already know the colors I'm gonna come out with in the fall, the burgundies and the greens and the pastels. Now you're looking at all these colors in my sneakers is what's in for the season right now.
See,
and I'm wearing every single color in one sneaker.
See, when you walked in, I noticed that you was very colorful, and I was like, okay, I like this. I was like, it's more warming. Like, you want to come close and ask questions and talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the lady on the train, she said, "Oh my goodness, it's raining outside, but you brought that sunlight in the subway. Sunlight. Nobody don't want to be in the rain, but when you look at that, it give them that, oh yeah, what's that? Then immediately I'm passing out my business card, and I done made a sale right there.
I like that. It's like just
and I did actually.
radiate positive
On the way here.
just give off positive energy the moment you just step into any room. Just positive energy.
Yeah.
And that's what your brand, you want to showcase your brand as how you want to be positive, right? I like that.
And you identify something, not to hold you, but energy, very important, very, very important. You know, just the universe, you know, as I've looked at studied, we have positive and negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we have negative energy in the field as well as positive, but we need both of them to pass us out. However, the positive energy is what really will bring that gravitational pull toward you. That's what I've observed.
I like that. My guest host, Tamara, actually made a good point. You study fashion in the school, like the fashion institution, right?
Yeah.
And you study fashion through like the come-ups, like
The come-ups. I'm straight from the street.
So let me ask y'all something. What's some things that you wish you could have learned that you didn't have to learn to the streets? Because me being from a guy who like I have the same kind of background where I'm just like self-taught and all that. It's like, damn, I wish I went to a class to teach me this.
Okay, I'm listening again.
No, that's the end of the question.
You know what? That's a great question. That's an awesome question because I've seen students that go to FIT and all these and you know they wanted to aspire to be great designers. And look at me, who didn't go there, and I'm doing great. And I often thought, you know, what if I've gone to FIT? What would FIT taught me? Then I'm looking at, or what would I want to take from FIT? And you know, I would say the just understanding how people operate, what works with people, as well as the connection. I think the business side is very important, but as well as the technical side as far as the sewing and the stitching. I'm going to tell you the truth. I have a brand, right? Now I have the ability where I can hire a stylist or someone, a seamstress, without even touching a sewing machine.
Do you outsource?
I outsource a lot of money.
In the country, like in the U.S., or outsource to like other countries, if you don't mind by asking?
No. I'm so big on things being made here as well. Like, it's made in the USA. Let's get that made in the USA. However, though, I'm mindful on where I get my merchandise from because I'm big on quality. When people, I think about when someone picks up an item of mine, how long the life of this merchandise. Are they going to be able to wash and wear it over and over again? And are they going to still get that same feeling that they got when they first bought it? So I go for quality. And a lot of my items, though I've gotten it from Egypt or Pakistan, I try to stay from China, but a lot of big major corporations have been getting their merchandise from China.
Is it because of the count? Because like, not to cut you off, because you say Egypt, like Persia, like those areas, I heard the thread count is different. It's like higher. It's like a higher thread count.
Yes, it is.
Versus with China, China would like cut corners because they know they can do that. Because they can make it cheap and faster.
Absolutely. The thread count is very important. When you wash your items, you got these little fuzz balls on it, and after a while it fades, or the neckline, it ripples, wrinkles. You don't want all that. So the thread count is very important, and that's another thing I would probably take from FIT, studying things like that. But yeah, very, very, very important. So that's what I look out for, and also the fit. I noticed that the size charting is a bit different worldwide. And we want to make sure that when our customers are purchasing our items, that they're getting a fit that fit their body comfortably and agreeably, And I've discovered that very well, that items from China, the size chart is a bit smaller, it's a little bit off. So I make sure I identify that is this a size chart that fits with the U.S. size charting that I'm servicing for my customers here in the U.S. And if anyone asks, I let them know, well, this is a U.S. size chart, so if you want to compare this size chart with your home, if it's a small here, it might be a medium over there, or a small or medium here might be a large there, or vice versa.
See, I like what you said there because it actually, you just sparked a memory.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I met Tamara right at the Raw concert. So one of the things about Tamara's fashion line that I love so much is that she as a designer does not discriminate on who she wants to come on. Like so she designed your way based on the model, right? So you know, like, okay, I was set. My line is only for petite, tall.
Yes. So my models were like different sizes. I love different sizes, big size, plus size. I love them all. Even transgender. If he would have came earlier, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But for me, I like to get into that. Like what I gonna say. And most likely, I like to make my own items. I wish they would have got more into like street and business and FIU because they didn't do that. They're more complex on making the item. Yes. Then processing the items. So that's my big problem. Is marketing myself.
Exactly.
And it's a lot for me.
Important.
It's very hard because when I do marketing, it's like, okay, I can make the clothes, but can you sell the clothes? That's the problem.
Exactly. And as a creator, that's where it gets a little interesting because you're saying, okay, yes, I can always create this item, but then where is the know-how? There's a science. There's a method. People win not because they're just so lucky. They win because they understand the formula and they're applying the same formula over and over and over again. You know, why if you look at why you shop the way you shop, pay attention to those windows. You see every season those windows change from Gucci, Louis, Prada, all of them. You know, you see it. There's a science. So but the thing is, when you go to school, which is why my campaign, a Smart Way to Get Money campaign, we are giving back to where we're emphasizing on the areas that we believe you should focus on, and understanding that the creativity is great, but understand when you create something, who are you creating for, the purpose and the intention, so that you're not wasting your time. I'm sure you're not designing all these items, beautiful items. You look gorgeous, by the way. I must say, I like your whole get up.
Thank you.
I see right here, y'all two both make a powerful statement. You make the statement like you warm up the room. You make the statement like, I'm not rude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
Hear me wrong.
That's what I want the statement to be. That's why my brand. That's what I want it to be like hits.
Like so when you're thinking of the statement for your brand, you're not just like, because like me personally, I had a hard time thinking of a statement for my brand. So when y'all came up with a statement for your brand, and did that come natural, like my brand is for this, or did it just evolve through time?
Mine's evolved through time. Because I love the flowers. I'm very weird because I love flowers.
No,
I don't like
weird,
to
just
get
you.
it.
That's it. You're not weird. You just
Me? Okay. But I think when I got Floral Diamond is that I love crystals. I'm always putting crystals everywhere. So I got diamond. And I was like, I don't want a diamond. That's kind of sugar-ish. No. We're going to calm it down. So I was like, flowers. And I feel like I relate to flowers because the calmness, the colors, and I really like it. And when I went to science and we did like classes with science, we did about flowers, and they were studying how different flowers are for different fabric. You know, you got your cotton, and I was like, you know what, that was really nice. Floral Diamond, and that was my name.
Awesome.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that. Sweet. Nice. Authentic. I got another question. So, well, how runway shows you have done? How was your first experience doing a runway? What was your first experience like?
It was scary. My heart was beating so fast. I had the bubbles in my stomach. I was hoping things fit right.
It's like, mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy.
But you know what was magical is when I saw like maybe 12 or 13 people wearing for the first time something that I had put together. And it was simple, but it was a presentation that I put together, and it was a warm feeling. And I, when the models walked out, and it was actually for a foster care runway show that we were giving back to the students, and the models were the kids that were in foster care. And when I saw them wearing these items and they getting excited over it, and I'm like, I like this stuff. Okay. So it was scary, but then when after that I was like, yo, I did it.
Yeah. I like that you gave back. You want them to give back to the kids. That was
that
first fashion show giving back.
Yes, and it actually was a divine intervention, man. I called this person to talk some other business and to find out that she's into the organization, which, you know, I want to shout out Melody. You know, you guys are doing great stuff. Definitely looking forward to check out your next show.
You heard that at first on the
you know, Melody does great things for the students, for the kids that's growing up in the foster care environment, and I was glad that my first show was in that realm, and it actually gave me the opportunity to showcase my pieces, and as well as motivate these students that when they hear my story, that what I can do, what I did, they can do it as well. So then it catapults to more other shows after that. Come July 27th, I'm doing an autism fashion show. So that's another event. Then August 17th, we're gonna be doing the Marcus Garvey March in Brooklyn.
Gotcha. Tamara?
Yes. What fashion show?
Oh, I mean your first one. But if you
My
talk,
own.
you could also drop that down too.
So my first fashion show was very scary because my professor hosted. Oh my God, it was very scary. Yes, so we had a line of girls, and he picks them. Oh yeah. So if they're not capable to walk, he would cancel them out. So yeah, so it's like your creative work was like, okay, you need to fix that, but she cannot walk on a runway. So it's more like, what are you gonna present for yourself? It's more like clean. So he wanted everything clean. I dropped 2 models out of the 12 I had. Yeah, so 10 was managed to walk when I did school. But it was crucial because he comes in, he had his book, and he was ready. He was like, yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was more really like, when I told you about the creative side, we was really in depth. Like if the dart was not right, you was gonna fix it. The finals, you was gonna fix it. Or if not, you will fail.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was
like
more.
that. It's like,
This
if
is
you're
what-
not, you will fail.
Mm-hmm.
You will fail. So my last question before we wrap up this interview for today. What's your future goals that you kind of want to manifest for the future that you want to see happen that you're fighting for?
Macy's.
You want that Macy's window right now, 34th Street, right?
Yeah,
All
baby. Doe Wiz Apparel. You see that yellow? You see that electric blue? You see that mango yellow? What's up?
I can see it. I can see you tag up the whole windows. All the children from around the world can see.
There it is.
Doe Wiz.
There it is. Boom. And you see that character, you know, with the hologram. You see lights spinning around. You might see him do the moonwalk real quick.
Salsa like that.
Whatever you might see it. You see that window. Come every season. Come Christmas, he look like Santa Claus. Come Valentine's, he look like shit. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
man,
it. I like it.
that's it. I'm manifesting that. Lord, please let me make it happen. I'm pushing. I have a few connections that can make that happen. So what I've been doing is I have a list of how many times whenever someone purchases an item, I keep a track of it.
Also like a booking.
Yeah, like a bookkeeper. So I have about a book full. So when I go there, I'm like, look, we're selling. It's pages sales. I watched a lot of Shark Tank and stuff. So a lot of the how when they ask us those in-depth questions, you know, like I said, a lot of my stuff I learned from just self-taught. So I'm applying the knowledge that I learned, and that's pretty much it.
I like that.
Me?
Yes.
I'm hoping to be a couture designer. I'm hoping my name could be in a book. When you read up, you see Tamara right there, like boom, that's Tamara.
I mean, can I like just write my name in the book?
You can't write my name in a book. But I want some details, like empowering details, like you can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. Just have faith.
Have faith. You hear that, folks? You hear it right, folks.
That's right.
You gotta have faith, manifest your dreams, and shoot for the stars. That's how you hear it right now. And I want to give a shout out to Apple Prime for powering this interview and for this connection. Shout out.
Yes, man. Apple Prime, thank you for everything.
And I appreciate you for coming down
Thank you
here.
so
You did a
much.
great job.
Thank you.
All right, tune in every Sunday to the PreGame Show. You heard it here. We out.
Man, keep an eye on your shoulder, you don't have to take
She with the
her.
gang, she wanna bang. I'm sorry, but you cannot hang. She said you were lame, I know it's a shame. I rock her while she rock my chain. She with the gang.